Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Alison. I'm a granny and I'm a fibre, I'm obsessed with fibre. If you know any of my work, if you've been on my website before, it's fibrefrenzi.co.uk. You'll know that I've done a lot of weaving, spinning and dyeing. I've had a bit of a health issue recently, so I've stopped weaving for a bit, but I just love the knitting. I've so enjoyed watching everybody's knitting podcasts recently. Love it so much. And I'm struck by how great it is to have so many young, beautiful young women involved in the fibre world. And I thought I'd like to do a podcast, and I thought I'm much too old. And then I thought, you know what? Blow it. I'm proud to have lived 8 decades, and I'm now starting my 9th decade, which is a bit sobering. But you know what? There's still life in the old girl yet. I love my creativity, and I want to share with other grannies really that life doesn't stop when you're 70 or 80. In fact, it's even better in many ways. I'm loving it. I'm having more time to do exactly what I want. I do have a lot of things to show you because I'm always obsessively working. You know, I say working, I'm not working, I'm creating and loving it. So I'll give this a whirl. I don't know if it's going to work, but I should give it a whirl. I've got a few things to show you. And then this afternoon, I'm planning to cake up some hand spun, which I've plied with mohair, and would like to knit some socks. But let me just show you one or two bits. You can probably see some dyed wool. This is some remnants of my dyed sock yarn behind me. Here's some of my lovely dyed hanks of sock yarn. This is not hand spun. This is bought sock yarn that I've hand dyed. I love the dyeing. I don't do so much in the winter. I should do more of it when the good weather comes. And this is my latest pair of socks that I've done with some of this hand spun. And it's just a very basic vanilla pattern, very basic. I'm not a brilliant knitter. I've made lots of mistakes, made lots of holes, but I'm learning and I'm pushing on and I'm loving it. I knitted this jumper that I've got on, and that is with Drops soft tweed, and it's beautiful fibre to knit with, and it really doesn't break the bank, so that's lovely. So those are some socks from my hand dyed, which I'm really doing, and I'm experimenting quite a lot. Here are some socks I did with my hand spun. I find my normal hand spun, when I ply it's too thick, so this is single hand spun, and I plied it with a very fine linen that I've got on a cone. And I've worn them a lot, these socks, and they don't look beautiful, but I'm enjoying experimenting, and they're very comfortable to wear, and it means I can do the spinning and enjoy that as well, spinning and dyeing. But as I say, plied with linen, and the linen makes them quite hard wearing, so you don't have to have nylon in it, which is a benefit when you're spinning your own yarn. Here is I've got in my room here, I've got some of my woven cushions that I've done in the past and sold a lot on coats. Maybe some of you know the coats that I've sold, but I'm not going to show you a lot of weaving, but this is just a cushion that I've got around, just to give you an idea of the sort of weaving that I've done over the last few years. I plan to go back, hopefully. I've been put on steroids, and as long as I don't get terrible pain again in my shoulders, I plan to do a bit more weaving in the spring, but I'm giving it a break during the winter, but thoroughly enjoying the knitting. And here is a recent hand spun and hand knit top that I've done, and this is 2-ply, ordinary spinning 2-ply, and I'm really pleased with it, actually. I'm really pleased with that. It's slightly, it'll be quite useful in the spring because it's short sleeved. And I used a pattern that's based on Aran weight, and I reckon that suits my spinning. I find it very difficult to spin fine, but that's fine. That works out all right. So that's that. And this is one I did actually last winter with hand spun, and again it's plied with linen because I didn't want it to be quite so thick as that one I've just shown you. And this was blue-faced Leicester in the natural colour, and I plied it with linen. And you know, again, I have worn this jumper so much, and it's a really plain pattern, and I'm really pleased with it. And again, it's been using my hand spun, which is great. I mean, I use my hand spun in weaving and dyeing, but I haven't done so much in the knitting. So I have a lot of challenges ahead. And I feel I've got a lot of things I can share with you. It's whether I'm too old to do it, I don't know. We shall see. My grandson said he would help me edit it when I finally done the filming. So we'll go from there, and I hope all the other grannies join me and enjoy it, and even you younger ones, which, you know, is really lovely. And I love being part of the fibre community. I think it's fantastic, and it's certainly helping a dark winter along happily. So I should do some more filming later. So I shall speak to you later. Bye. Today I'm going to cake up this hand dyed and hand spun yarn. My plan is to start making myself a pair of socks with it. I'm really looking forward to see how it works out. I've plied this yarn with some mohair, and it'll be the first time actually I've knitted socks with single ply and mohair. So I'll let you know how I get on, but I'm really looking forward to doing it later. Right, I'm happy with that.